Happy World Book Day! Today I'd like to share with you one of my favourite non-fiction books. So this is called Lunchbox, the story of your food. It kind of links to our topic as well, but I love the illustrations. Let's have a look at the blurb and see what the story is about. So it says, who made the bread for your sandwich? What about the cheese inside? Who picked the fruit? And where did the chocolate in your biscuit come from? Just how did all of that delicious food get into your lunchbox? Go on a tasty journey to farms, orchards and factories to find out. It says that this book is fun and informative, packed with intriguing little details that children will enjoy poring over. I wonder if you enjoy it as much as I do. Oh, I'm feeling hungry already just looking at all those food pictures. One of the best bits of the day is when you lift the lid of your lunchbox to see what's inside. Your mum or dad has packed it with lots of tasty things to eat. They probably got all the food from a shop, but food doesn't grow in shops. So where did it come from before it was in the shop? Just how did all this food get into your lunchbox? How did the bread in your sandwich get in your lunchbox? A farmer planted seeds in spring, and by summer they'd grown into tall, waving wheat with fat, ripe grains at the tip of every stalk. The farmer cut the wheat with a giant combine harvester and sent it to a flour mill. The miller ground the grains into flour, and trucks took the flour to a bakery. The baker mixed the flour with water, sugar and yeast, kneaded it into a soft, squishy dough and baked it in a very hot oven. Out come fresh loaves of bread ready to send to the shops. Take a bite of the bread in your sandwich. Crusty on the outside and soft in the middle. How did the cheese in your sandwich get in your lunchbox? Your cheese was once milk that came from a cow. The farmer milked the cows and a tanker from the dairy came to collect the milk. 1. In the dairy, cheesemakers warm up the milk. 2. And add bacteria to make it turn sour and thick. 3. Then they add stuff called rennet and it changed again. 4. Into bits of curd floating in whey. 5. They drained off the whey, chopped up the rubbery curds, added some salt and pressed them into blocks. 6. They stored the blocks for months until the cheese was ripe. Bite into your cheese. It's creamy and smooth, but tasty too, and tingly on your tongue. How did your tomatoes get in your lunchbox? Last summer, your tomatoes were growing in a big plastic tunnel full of tomato plants. The sun and warmth made the plants grow tall and bloom with yellow flowers. As each flower died, a tiny green tomato fruit began to grow from its middle. Day by day, the plants sucked up water and the tomatoes swelled from green to orange to red. When bunches of ripe scarlet tomatoes dangled from the branches, the grower picked them. 1. Sorted them. 2. Packed them. 3. And sent them to the shops. Pop one in your mouth and squish the sweet sour juice out. How did your apple juice get in your lunchbox? Last spring, the apple trees in the orchard were full of flowers. In summer, tiny apple buds grew from each flower stalk. The bud kept growing and by autumn the tree was full of ripe sweet fruit. Gangs of pickers climbed into the trees and filled their bins with fruit. A truck took the bins to a juice factory, where the sorters threw out any bad or spoilt apples. Then a machine washed the rest and mashed them into a milling machine, pips, skin and all. A huge press squeezed the mash till all its juice ran out. A heater warmed up the juice to kill off any germs and poured it into cartons. Suck hard on your straw to taste the apple tang. How did your carrots get in your lunchbox? Last spring, your carrots were growing in a field on a vegetable farm. You wouldn't have seen any carrots then, just long rows of feathery leaves. As the leaves grew taller and in the summer sun, each carrot root pushed deeper into the earth, soaking up water and turning orange. By late summer, they had swelled so much that the top of each carrot poked out of the earth. Pickers pulled them up. Then they were washed and packed into lorries. Bite into your carrot to see how sweet and crunchy it tastes. How did the chocolate chip in your biscuit get into your lunchbox? Biscuits are made from flour, sugar and butter, and this one's got chocolate chips in. Chocolate starts off as a bean, well, lots of beans which grow in pods on cocoa trees. The pods are picked from the tree, then they are cut open and beans are scooped out. These beans are spread out and left to dry in the sun. The dried beans are taken to a factory, sometimes on the other side of the world. In the factory they are cleaned, then roasted and ground into a thick, sticky paste. Sugar is mixed in so the paste gets sweeter, but it's still gritty, so it's squeezed, stirred, melted and cooled. To make it really smooth, it takes a lot of work to make chocolate. Finally, the chocolate is moulded into blocks. These are made into little chips that will melt in your mouth all over again. How did the clementine get in your lunchbox? Your clementine is a kind of berry and it grew on a tree. Early in summer, the trees in the clementine grove were full of sweet-smelling waxy flowers. As the flowers died, a tiny green clementine berry began to grow out of each one. The clementines swelled in the warm sun, turning from green to yellow. By the time cooler winter weather arrived, the clementines had turned orange and were so heavy and full of juice that it made the branches droop. Pickers climbed ladders to reach them. They had to wear gloves so they didn't bruise the tender fruit inside the skin. They washed them and packed them, and the grower sent the boxes in trucks to the market. It's easy to peel a clementine, then all you have to do is pop the juicy pieces in your mouth and bite. You won't find a single pip in it. You've eaten it all, from the first bite of bread to the last piece of fruit. It came from fields and farms, from orchards, from groves and from dairies. So many people helped bring it to you. Farmers and bakers, cheesemakers and chocolate makers, pickers, packers and truck drivers. And now it's all in your stomach, starting to do the job that food does, helping you grow taller and stronger and giving you get up and go. You need more than lunch to make you grow and keep you healthy every day. You need to choose food from each of the sections on this plate, and most of it should come from the fruit and vegetables and carbohydrate sections. Carbohydrates, these foods fill you up fast and give you the energy to keep going. Fruit and vegetables, your body needs lots of these to keep healthy. These other foods are just as important, but your body doesn't need so much of them. Protein, these are the bodybuilders to help you grow those extra inches. Dairy, the bone builders, they also help your teeth grow strong. Then there's the stuff you eat for a treat. Just a little of these is enough. Food facts. Your body is mostly made of water, so you need about 6 drinks a day to keep topped up. Most of these drinks should be water, not fizzy pop, which has lots of sugar in it. When your body is growing all the time, even when you're asleep. So remember, don't skip breakfast. It gets your body through the day. Too much sitting about won't keep your body fit. It doesn't matter if you chase the ball, your dog or your friends, but spend about an hour a day on the move. It's good to eat 5 different kinds of fruit and vegetables each day. Why not try a new one this week? Because this is a non-fiction book, it's also got an index at the back. It means I can look up any key words and then go straight to the pages where those words are found. If I wanted to know more about yeast, I know that's on page 11, so I can look at the page numbers in my book and go all the way back to page 11 to find out about yeast. And here it is, just up here. I hope you enjoyed finding out a bit more about where the food in your lunchbox comes from. Enjoy the rest of World Book Day. Can't wait to see what you've been reading.